I have a bone to pick with the pocket knife industry in 2026. I'm seeing a repetitive design choice that really cuts out the functionality of many knife designs for, I would argue, probably 50% of knife lovers. And it needs to stop. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. And I want to see a change in some designs that really connect with me, but when this one choice is made, ruins the carryability and the functionality for me and many knife users like me. And I know I'm not alone in it, and so I'm going to share it with you guys today. And we're going to be using these two VOSTEEDs over here as an example. VOSTEED is not the only culprit. Many knife companies, Civivi, Kaiser, Kershaw even to some extent, and many others are producing pocket knives that have this one problema that we're going to address. Specifically with VOSTEED, I think they're seeing it and they're starting to change some stuff, which I really appreciate, and I hope we see more of it. So this is hopefully going to give you some food for thought the next time you're choosing a blade, to really look at some of the data to make sure you're getting a knife that's you're going to actually be happy with when it comes to the handle size. Your hand size in combination with the handle size. Here's the deal. We have here the compact PSYOP from VOSTEED and the budget-friendly with the Sandvik 14C28N Croc. They also have a more premium S35VN version, but this is the more budget-friendly version. Okay, right out of the gate, super cool designs in their own right, especially the PSYOP. Immediately when I unboxed this thing, I was like, yes, this looks so sick. I'm pumped. I can't wait to start EDCing it. But almost immediately, I ran into one big problem. Even though these are 2.99 inches from handle to tip, so just under 3 inches, I have no problem with that. I don't mind compact blades. I often do carry compact blades. Do I on the regular? No, I opt for more like 3.5 to 3.25, like the Martin 330, which is 3.25 inches. Here's another VOSTEED that's 3.47 on the blade length, a lot larger, a lot bigger. Think of like the Cold Steel Bush Ranger 3.5. Big beefy blades. That's more the folders I usually gravitate to. But I have no problem with the size. And I know for many people, you have maybe restrictions that require a more compact blade. Great. Why are we making handles that are so short that someone like myself who may want to carry a compact blade or needs to carry a compact blade can't? Can't. It is the size of handles in comparison to the blades that are making it difficult, and I'm just getting tired of it. And all these companies are dropping all these compact, micro, mini blades that don't offer handle sizes that are actually usable. Now, dimensionally, they might make sense because of the symmetry. We're looking at about 3-inch blades, so we got to make handles that are proportionate to just fit inside. Okay, but in so doing, someone like myself, who has 3.25 inches of palm span, when we put a ruler right here like this, that's what you're going to be getting. And as you guys well know, if you've been following the channel for over a decade now, I have large size hands. I wear large size gloves, but my fingers aren't like, sausages. I mean, here's a Sharpie. It's not ginormous by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm not Goliath here being like, oh, little knife saw. That's not the issue, okay? The problem is that here's the deal. The Croc is the biggest offender here on the table. But this is on multiple knives now. From Civivi, I just tested a few. I had a Kaiser, the same problem. Look at this. My pinky is wanting to fall off this back shelf right here when I'm gripping the tool, which means that now it is pocket jewelry. Okay, I don't mind a knife looking sick. It has like all this cool accents. I mean, that's partly why the PSYOP connected with me. I'm like, dude, this is so sick with all the different layers and styling and all the things. I dig it. I'm all about it. But at the cost, the design should not overtake and sacrifice the functionality, because now I cannot get the leverage that I want. I feel like a hot spot because of where the pocket clip is now placed, and I feel forced into the choil to actually get the grip, leverage, and cutting power that I need to actually use the tool, more than just cutting a little string, or opening a little Amazon package, and that's it. If I actually want to bear down and use the tool and actually cut something for a minute, I got to go into the choil. I don't want to do that. So then I'm back here and it's hot and it's weird and it doesn't feel right. And so therefore I'm just not carrying this knife, even though everything about the crock as a design has such cool things going for it. Different layers of G10, the textured top liner lock. You know, the pocket clip is well designed, it's rigid, it's ambidextrous, recessed screws. I mean, the action is excellent on these VOSTEEDs. We have a top flipper, and then we have like the cutout matches the profile of the kind of aggressive sheep's foot, meaning almost like a razor blade. But like you see how that symmetry is there? Sick, sick. Sandvik 14C28N, nothing wrong with that. So, I mean, the designing is there, the sizing is not. The sizing is not. They're sacrificing length to give me an actual grip. You can keep the blade the same. Bring out the handle some, dude. Bring it out so I can use the blade and I'm not forcing the choil. Then I might be carrying this. Now, I'm not going to be carrying this particular crock design because I don't dig sheep's foots that are that aggressive. It's not my style, not my jam. I tested for you guys here on the channel because I know some people are interested in it, but I'm not carrying this blade for actual EDC. I'm carrying this style of blade. It's coming into the PSYOP to give you another example here, and then I'm going to give you some specs so that you're really aware. But before we get into the PSYOP and how this is actually really close and how we can fix it, and how designs like this and future designs could potentially fix it, quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, VAER watches. These guys are awesome. They've been a sponsor for over a year now. It means I've been wearing these watches for almost a year and a half now, and I've taken these on adventures all over the place. What I appreciate is that they're an American-based company. Many of their watches, they assemble right here in America. They use Japanese movement on a lot of them, Swiss on some other ones. This particular model is super awesome if you want to get into the lineup, is from their quartz powered, so it's a Japanese quartz power, and these watches in their S series can start at 36 millimeters across, which is like a classic size, all the way up to my favorite, which I'm wearing right here, 42 millimeters across. This is awesome. Really fits my hand well, my wrist, really just kind of my whole body. And then, you know, you get waterproof down to 100 meters, the lockout screw down crown, sapphire crystal across that face, which is scratch resistant. I mean, I've dragged a blade across it, and the quick release wristbands as well. And because the lugs are 20 millimeter, it's very modular with maybe a favorite band that you have. So phenomenal watch brand if you like kind of that retro style, but they have really cool like dive watches and all sorts of other, all the way from quartz, solar, up to automatic watches to choose from. So I'm gonna have a link popping up. It's in the description box below as well. If you subscribe to their newsletter, you can get 10% off your first purchase. Check them out, guys. An excellent timepiece to be wearing on your wrist. Okay, the PSYOP Mini, I'm gonna call it because there's a larger version. We'll talk about that in a minute. So much to like about it, right? 3-inch blade, high saber grind, under an 1/8 of an inch thick, S35VN. I mean, what's not to like in this design? Even the accents just really connect. The divoted top liner lock button in tandem with the pivot, and then the bolster flowing into the American sourced Norplex Ultrex, I think is how you say it. Micarta, it's a really well-known micarta. I've had it now on a few blades. Very clothy, just, I totally dig it. Wire pocket clip that's ambidextrous. I dig wire pocket clips. The action is excellent. The cutting power is excellent. Everything about the tool, I'm like, as soon as I got it, I was like, oh yeah, I've been waiting for this, right? And then I start gripping it, and what happens? I'm hanging off, dude. I'm hanging off. I don't have the grip that I want. If it was just a 1/4 of an inch longer, I'd be all over this thing. I was so sad. I was like, no. In tandem with where the pocket clip is, right? Again, it's just creating a hot spot. Now, they've put this like little jimped weird shelf to kind of like, this would be perfect, dude. This would be so perfect if the whole handle was like this, but I don't feel secure in the grip of this knife now. So I'm back here, and then I'm feeling like I'm like not getting the leverage I really want. I can't really use the tool how I perceive and wish to actually use it. And now it just, again, becomes this fidget toy that I actually want to use, but it ends up just being like, okay, it's just there then. So why are we doing this? Why are we playing this game? And honestly, if both of these knives were just a 1/4 of an inch longer, everything was the same. Keep the sub 3-inch blade for legal reasons, more available, whatever the reason. Give me just a 1/4 inch longer. You're gonna immediately be able to give like probably, let's just be reasonable and say 25% of the knife-loving community will immediately be able to carry and potentially want to use the tools. Hello. So this is what I am starting to discover. If a knife is under 4¼ inches of handle measurement when you're looking at specs, it is not going to fit a person's hand like this. And I'm just an average adult, aren't going to be able to carry these blades or actually use them. Yeah, they can flick it around in a board meeting, but that's about it. Like, it's actually not going to actually be used for the intended purpose. So that's really frustrating. So if we just brought them out a little bit longer, so to give you an example, both of these blades here are rocking about 4 inches exactly, 4 inches exactly, maybe 4 1/8, but that's not the actual grip points. When we actually go to like the grip points, especially on the PSYOP, from where your finger rests right here in the guard to where it falls off, I mean, it's like less than a 4 1/4 or 3 1/4. So of course, my hand, just knocking crap over everywhere, is not going to fit in here properly, and I feel like I'm losing it. It's basically a 3-finger knife, which I'm not going to carry. I'm not going to carry it on a regular, and I want to carry this so bad. And you might be like, well, then get the freaking larger one, Aaron. Okay, that's fine, but, and that's where something like this Martin right here makes sense. 330. This is in a large version of the original Martin. VOSTEED was, I believe, seeing that the Martin was a little too compact for people, so they made it 3 1/4 inches, and they made it 4 1/4 handle span, and oh my gosh, we got full real estate all of a sudden. I am not forced into the choil. I can grip this all day. I have full leverage. My pinky isn't like half hanging or off or kind of like this and creating a hot spot. The pocket clip is just past the meat in my hand, so now all of a sudden, I don't have to use this choil if I don't want to. I can. I will sometimes, but now I have full real estate. So now we need to start seeing 4 1/4 handles on 3 and sub 3-inch blades. You put this blade on this handle, game the frick over. I'm saying in length, I mean. I'm all over it. All over it. I'm carrying it. I'm going to probably carry it more than this Martin for the reason that there's no finger choil. Now, this is a message. VOSTEED sent me all of these, and I appreciate them doing that. But I got to keep it real with you guys. And the Martin is a phenomenal blade. I don't mind the choil. If you were to ask me choil or no choil, I prefer no choil. So I know that you can make these without choils. Start doing it with the top liner lock. Let's get rid of some of this choilage. Let's get some more designs here looking like this, but give us a little bit more real estate. Again, I would be digging carrying this, especially if I had to go with like a blade length restriction or something. Just a hair longer. 1/4 inch longer means 25% more people are going to want to carry it, buy it. So be a wise consumer. Just to show you, again, 4 1/4. If you're like me, you have similar size hands or even larger hands than me, you got to have at least 4 1/4 inches full length to be able to get a full real estate and grip on a blade. And I hope that we just see more of it. We need to see more of it. And we will immediately, I will start digging some blades. But it's so sad because I've reviewed probably 6 knives now that have recently released that have these great designs, but micro handles that don't fit my hand as an adult. As an adult, they don't fit. That's me. That's my mileage, guys. I'll have links to all the blades that we've been talking about today in the description box below if there is a model that you want to check out for yourself, especially this Martin 330, and I'll tag that again. Or this guy right here, the NAGA, previously reviewed. Check them out. Till next time, stay equipped, stay prepared. See you guys out there.